All right. Hello, my friends. Okay, so I got to make this quick because I got to go to the prepper news and talk about the massive incursion of Russian drones into Polish airspace. And it appears as though we're about to approach the next rung of the escalation ladder on the European Eastern Front, as I always knew would happen. The point of this video is to let you guys know that we're in the final phases of our liquidation here at CanadianPreparedness.com. We are getting out of the distribution business, no longer carrying inventory in-house. And as such, I have the opportunity now to basically parlay some pretty good deals to you. So we are doing 25% off store-wide clearance sale. Okay, the shelves are getting quite bare. So whatever's left, 25% off store-wide. Use discount code 25 closing. And I'll post that in the description and the pinned comment section below. So capitalize on it while you can. This really is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. You're not going to find, a catch-all deal like this anywhere ever again. And I'm serious about that. Now, the reasons why we're getting out of the business, I've already enumerated in past videos, but to make a long story short, it's to do with big tech. It's to do with bureaucracy. The tariffs were definitely a factor. Automation, the writing's on the wall with that. Logistics, insurance. There's just a variety of reasons why it's become untenable for me to remain doing this when I really can see these third-party distribution and fulfillment centers doing way better. So it makes no sense for me to have inventory in-house. The products that I promote on the channel will not change. Okay, I stake all my integrity on the products that I've stocked and accumulated over the years. These are only things that I myself would trust for the security and safety of myself and my family. And I can sleep good knowing that at least I did that much over the years. All right, so primarily though, I got to share something personal with you guys, and it's that the reason why I'm getting out of the biz, as some of you know, is that my kids are getting older. And this culture, this society is just getting so distorted and confused and messed up that family really needs to stay together now more than ever, okay? Family is all you got, and it's all you're going to have when the shit hits the fan. And it's your number one piece of survival gear. Family is the number one. It's the most premium type of survival gear. And if you can hone and build those bonds now, that really could potentially make the difference between life and death in ways that not even, the stuff that we sell ever will. So that is part of the reason. That's the main reason. We also have pretty lofty goals for the Canadian Prepper channel, the Prepper News. I just want you guys to know that I'm not going anywhere, okay? I'm going to be here broadcasting until the bitter end. I don't care if only 10 people are watching by that point. I will continue to narrate the collapse of Western civilization until, the transmission ceases to transmit. But I want to share something personal, and it's an observation I had. Everything that has happened for me that's fallen into place in my life, things weren't really going too well before this YouTube thing. I mean, I had a job. I graduated from university. I had a professional career. But I always knew in the back of my mind, someday I would be speaking to a very large audience of people. I just had this feeling, I just had this intuition. And it just sort of worked out. One day I started, thinking about the state of the world. And it occurred to me that it's very likely that a lot of these problems that we humans are facing are not going to be resolved. And as such, there's going to be some turbulent times, and I needed to prepare. I needed to learn how to have those, primitive and agrarian survival skills that would see me through and my family through bad times. This was before I even had a family, right? But I knew exactly, when I go back and I reflect on my life, I knew I would have kids at this time. I knew that things would kind of stabilize for me at a certain time. But interestingly, and I want to share this with you, when I started this YouTube channel, I had no expectations. I really didn't. I expected nothing of it. I didn't expect any monetization. I didn't expect to get more than 100 subscribers. I didn't expect to create a store, much less have like thousands of items in that store and a big warehouse and a staff full of people. I never expected any of this from the start. I just had a passion for it. Okay, I just loved doing it. I love talking about it. I love, testing out the gear. I love being outdoors. And everything just kind of serendipitously fell into place at just the right time. And it's almost to the extent, I'm not a superstitious person, but there's something else at work here. And I think it's just, I have a good intuition about things. If I'm to be as empirical as possible in my assessment of what brought me to this point, it's that I've always had a good, I don't want to say I'm not the smartest individual, but I'd like to think that I'm wise in some ways. And I know that sounds conceited, but I just feel as though I know certain things, okay? And I've always known, okay, so put it this way. Get a little personal with you here. Everything just happened at the right time. I got onto a homestead, in my personal opinion, at just the right time. The channel took off at just the right time. I started the channel at just the right time. And now I'm closing down the store at just the right time. And why I say that is because I think things are about to become very unstable. And there's a reason why this mysterious force in the universe is telling me it's time to pack it in. Telling me that the work I've done here is done. For this aspect of things, not for the channel, but, in terms of connecting with people. And the work that I've done here is reflected in these incredible emails that I get that I don't always respond to, but keep me going, to be honest. And these are relayed to me by my administrative staff and by the people who, work in shipping here. And, they are good at sorting through the messages and discerning what's just a bunch of tinfoil quackery and what is a heartfelt regards. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, man, like the people who supported me, my family, Canadian Preparedness over the years, you're not just a number, okay? You are, I read the messages, I have conversations with staff about you every day, and unfortunately, because I got 50,000 things in the air, I can't always respond, but you are appreciated. And we've had customers that have made 50 orders, 100 orders over the years, and all of those people, we know who you are. Like, you're not just, another number. And I just want you to know that. But one thing I can sleep well at night knowing is that when it hits the fan, when it all goes down, those tools that we sold you, that food that we sold you, that medical equipment, that's going to make all the difference. And you're going to be able to rely on it. Okay? It's built for rugged survival. And I have painstakingly curated this warehouse and all of this inventory that we carry, sorted through all the wheat and the chaff to try to create a store of premium things that are going to get people through those hard times. Because when shit hits the fan, it really hits the fan. Now, some people, may look back on some of the purchases that they've made over the years, and they might look at that thing on the shelf and they'd be like, man, I haven't used that since I bought it. Trust me, I know. If you could only see my space, you would know what that's all about. And it looks like, of course, my battery is about to run out, so I got to kind of wrap this up. But all I can say is, if and when you do need that thing, it will serve you in the best capacity anything in that class possibly can, because that was our mission here at Canadian Preparedness, and it will continue to be our mission. We are not changing anything with respect to the products that we endorse and advocate. So I'm going to continue to do that, And the only thing that's going to change is I'm going to be liberated from this logistical nightmare, okay? And we're going to be able to really take this thing to the next level and hopefully keep you even more informed and dialed in about what is going on in the world. My friends, I got to go because things are blowing up. So go and come and see me over at the Prepper News channel. We're going to continue to post here on Canadian Prepper. I got a backlog of 10 videos I just haven't released yet. So, you know, we're not going anywhere. It's just this is done soon. Okay? Thanks a lot. Love you guys.